first 2 minutes, forcing him to the bench for much of that first half. Kenyon Martin found himself in a similar situation. He was called for 3 first-half fouls. These are two guys who have built reputations of being fiercely competitive, which sometimes draws extra attention from the officials. But they've been told by the respective coaches, tonight will be called equally tight. You must make the adjustments so, Dick, that they can be on the floor to help their respective teams.
And, of course, that's become a big story here, Steve. The situation, Martin and Rasheed Wallace, both of whom got into foul trouble.
I think D is exactly right. You know, this game will be called very tightly early on. These officials know that Game 3 became very hotly contested to the point where there were almost a few altercations. So both teams have to be very careful about aggressive play early because these officials will set the tone.
And the volume will be turned up a notch even more tonight. The officials, Steve Javie, Bob Delaney, and Scott Foster. In fact, Larry Brown, the defense of Rasheed Wallace, said, I believe the officials don't treat him fairly. So it remains to be seen what transpires as Kenyon Martin gets the crowd into the act. Last year, the Nets swept the Pistons in 4 straight, but of course, the Pistons had Michael Curry and Clifford Robinson in the starting lineup, and Chauncey Billups had a bum ankle. So it all will unfold here. Game number 4. Pistons won by 22 and by 15 in the first 2 games of the Palace. And the Nets won handily 82-64 Sunday.
Can't convert.
0 for 11 in his last 3 games is Tayshaun Prince. And there's Rasheed Wallace trying to get the ball on a turnover, covered by Kidd with 6 on the shot clock. The pick and roll to Kenyon Martin in the Nets lead.
A lot of people have been talking about Jason Kidd's struggles in this series. 9 for 40 through 3 games. But Prince and the other Detroit players and rely on them to knock down some open shots.
Kittle's getting it down low to Kenyon Martin. Martin against Ben Wallace, one of the premier defenders in the league. And Martin pushes it up and scores. Kenyon Martin with 13 points, had 5 fouls, and played well despite foul trouble. So the Nets, unlike the Pistons, all by Detroit. Well, this, for the Pistons at least, has an eerie feeling going back to game number 1.
Very similar, and Kenyon Martin flicking that.
You see it. And another turnover nearly made by Harris. And the Pistons need a break. They are harassed by this net team on the double team. Here's Martin, and this crowd is going wild. What a show by the Nets defense.
Pass by Lucius Harris, taking the ball out of midair. What a touch pass, and now a charge on the Pistons.
When will it end for Detroit? And another penalty, technical foul on Richard Hamilton. An offensive foul called against Hamilton. The Nets, as a result, and you see another time on the double team. Harris to Martin. Lucius Harris passes up the shot.
Because he felt Ben Wallace's presence right above him.
Kidd driving the baseline. And Collins going up. Blocked by Ben Wallace. Another opportunity, and Martin converts. Kenyon Martin and the Pistons pounding the offensive glass. It's a single-digit lead for the Nets.
And Rasheed looks like he's a little shaken up. May have turned his ankle on that play.
And the feed to Martin. Good pass to Collins. Gets it in. Great ball movement inside by New Jersey. In the first quarter, only 4 points and hobbling. Pistons trailing the Nets by 9.
Pistons team into being one of the top defensive clubs in the league.
Pistons playing a zone defense at this point, and going in as Jefferson finding Martin. Great movement without the ball by the Nets. They've been doing it all night, and Kenyon Martin on that time exemplified by the Nets.
And great passing by New Jersey. Richard Jefferson finally
by the Nets.
Well, and earlier we saw Detroit go into a zone defense, and you'll see here Kerry Kittles is going to take the ball, and he's going to hit Richard Jefferson, who pops out to the corner. Now watch the weak side defense here by Rasheed Wallace and Ben Wallace. Both players in the zone losing sight of Kenyon Martin, who ends up with a wide open dunk. That's why we will probably not see any zone defense.
Can only depend on one. So nearly 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. The Nets lead 70-56. What a feed! Kidd got it to Jefferson, but clean up. And the missed shot by Lucius Harris. James getting it down low to Mehmet Okur. Okur with 8 points, knocked away, 10 on the shot clock. Martin not giving an inch defensively, knocks the ball away, made the steal and lost it out of bounds. But it shows you how tenacious this New Jersey net team is. Martin upset with himself after making the steal, gets rewarded with a standing ovation.
He scared press row to death, too. He pounded on that board over there right after this. He almost comes up with the steal, and then, oh boy, the New York media saying, okay, Kenyon, we won't write anything bad about you anymore.
Well, if he does it over here, I'll run away.
I thought you were tougher than that, Dick.
Maybe I am. Let's see him do it. Mehmet Okur and Martin all over it, knocked away. And this crowd is loving it, and you want to talk about the test of wills. Right now, the Knicks are winning that test. Yes, it's been defense, but it's been also offense. And beating the Pistons to the ball, a block by Martin. Hamilton misses. And the foul, and right now, foul is on Williamson, and a double technical on Corliss Williamson and Rodney Rogers. It's coming up for Jefferson. Listen to the hand for Kenyon Martin. 16-13 for Kenyon Martin tonight. Play of the game.
Well, the New Jersey Nets are known for their passing ability, especially Mr. Jason Kidd. Watch this backdoor feed on the cut from Richard Jefferson. Misses the dunk, but there's his teammate, Kenyon Martin, to clean it up. Bob, as a player. Now as a broadcaster, I think they're all fantastic.
You look at the game in a different way now. The spin move and the foul is called. Benoit is trying to get it going. And Kenyon Martin is fouled out of the game. So Martin, who only played 21 minutes in game number 3, tonight plays 38 minutes before fouling out, 16 points, 15 rebounds, and not happy about fouling out, but gets a standing ovation because his spirit and his verve really has set a tone for this net team.
There was a sequence, Dick, in the second half where he defended Mehmet Okur for 3 consecutive possessions and forced him into turnovers and caused havoc. And this crowd, from that point forward, just started chanting his name. You see it right now. He's angry.